شكرا جزيلا. السلام عليكم. أنا بينا سودانو، أنا من إيطاليا. أنا أعمل في ماستر اسمه ماستر Peacekeeping and Security Studies. أنا أحب في البداية أشكر دكتور شريف كنانة بسبب أنا اليوم معكم في رام الله. شكرا جزيلا. Family is the essential unit in a building any society. This is why it's important for any nation or community to support its family and avoid it in any factor might weaken it. In the Palestinian case, because of their going struggle against the Zionist movement, and the family plays a significant role in resistance, and we see yesterday with the paper of the doctor, I don't remember the name, but it's very important, the role of the family. So that's for Palestinian family inside and outside Palestine complete each other and form one fort encountering any attack against it. Since the importance that the Palestinian family has due to its role as the main bloc in forming the Palestinian society in one hand, and its historical role preserving the Palestinian identity since the 1948 until today in the other hand. So I wrote about Palestinian case because I wish to give you an example how they live in Italy, but exactly in Rome, because it was impossible for me to make a very big research on Italy, because you must know that Palestinians are too much. It's a very big community. So while I was making my research is based for a questionnaire that I do it. Okay, I have 3 steps. The first step it was to keep in contact with the Palestinian. So I start to go in that place that they used to be, and I start to build a relationship with them. Okay, while I was making this interview, it's happened the war in Gaza. So many of the interview that I was supposed to do, they was erased. And okay, this in one hand helped me because I have the possibility to see how the Palestinians are involved about this topic. So okay, I start to be with them. They make the manifestation about the problem that we have in Italy, unfortunately, about the mass media, and I think over the world. So they organize manifestation against the government, against what was not shown in our TV, unfortunately. Okay, they make some interview what was going on, but they didn't show the real story, the picture of the children that was killed and the family that was destroyed. So I noticed that the Palestinians that are living in Italy, they show well and deep and strong connection to their homeland. So they was involved and protesting. It was very, very interesting. So for a hand, this make me lost time. For the other hand, I have the opportunity to focus my paper and to ultimate my goal thanks to this occasion. So okay, how I can write about family if I'm not Palestinian? So I would like to understand. So I start to talk with them to make some specific question like, okay, why they come in Italy? We know that some of them was forced to leave Palestine, but others they come just because they want to study. And so to that one, of course, that could come back. Okay, some of them told me, okay, I tried to come back, but the situation, it was really too much hard for me, because I get used of the Italian life, because also there I could find the job that I was studying before here. So, okay, so then I start to ask other question about the food. This is for me too much important to know how they say, okay, tell me about the food. Which food you used to eat here? Some of them told me, okay, me, I teach my, I want to tell you something. I made an interview almost with men that are living in Italy and they get married with Italian girl. So it's important this, yeah. So some of them tell me, okay, me, I teach my woman, or she wants to learn how to cook Arab food. So I was shocked, really. So yeah, what she made? Makluba, kulishi. So I was really surprised about this. And okay, at least if she can cook one time in a week, the man will cook. Can you imagine that? So yeah, it's interesting. So I found this mixed culture they built. Another question that I made is about okay, the symbol. Which symbol they have in the house? Okay, I was shocked. They have all the maps of Palestine, the hatta, kufia, the Quran, also some books that talk about the Palestinian issue. So this make me think more and more. Finally, also I ask about, okay, which language you use it in your family. Most of them are using Italian. Or if the lady want to learn about the culture, she starts to study Arab. And this was very interesting. Another question that I asked them if they are still celebrating some national or religious, yes, and almost of them they are celebrating the national like Nakba and other celebrations, but not about the religion point of view. So I found in this topic that they are most become secular, and so they care about the tradition, the culture. Another question that I asked them is okay, the constitution of the family. Okay, some of them they don't have children. Others have just 2 or 3. So this makes me think about the family. It's not anymore extensive, at least in Italy. Okay, we know, and we heard yesterday about the point that nowadays the economical situation is very bad, also in Italy. So instead they prefer to don't have a very big family, but a little bit, and they want to give them all the possibility that they couldn't have. And a very nice point, and I would like to tell you, is about the young Palestinian boys and girls. Oh my God, they are too much politically involved. Yes, they feel that they are Italian, but they feel more that they are Palestinian. And these, you can see how much they fight, they are strong. And fortunately, because they feel that, okay, we are first of all Italian, but okay, but also Palestinian. So because of this, they are more strong than the generation that come before. And this helped them, and this is, I think, the most important and the precious thing that will help the Palestinian to don't forget the roots. Okay, another question that I made is about, okay, how many times you used to come Palestine? Of course. I'm one are not able to come because maybe are refugees, no, maybe they are refugees in Jordan or in other religion, in other country. Okay, that one can come at least one time in a year. They used to come here, usually in the summer, because we have the holiday and they have more time to spend here. And usually it's the new generation that come here, the boys and the girls, and they come here because they want to know and they want to keep in touch with this culture, with the Palestinian culture. So sometimes they come alone, without their parents. This it was really interesting. Also because I asked them about what they thought about yes, and how they are showing Italy. They don't feel that they are. They feel that they are safe. They are integrated. They are not. I have to tell you, they are not foreigner at least. So this make me to feel very, very happy and helped me to study inside in intimated life of the people of the. What I also I want to tell you. What I noticed that that the Palestinian community is completely different from the other immigrant community that are living in Italy, because they are educated, as I told you. I think they are the elite, really, and this is very nice. And they still feel the culture, the tradition, they don't want to forget the Palestinian issue. Because we know that sometimes when the people are forced to leave the country, they can have two different approach. One, it will be, okay, I want to forget everything. I don't want to think about, okay, now I'm here, I want to live here and halas, بكفي. But the other one, no, they start to try to find a way. Okay, how I can ask these people and tell them, okay, you see what is going on in Palestine. Please do something. And most of them are trying to get involved, the Italian and also the European people that live, of course, in Italy, to understand the really story about Palestine and don't to focus just what the media or what they don't know. So finally, I think that because they are not living in ghettos, they are spread in all the city. We can say that the Italian community, Palestinian, are really preserving